Okay, let's get back at it. We are editing comic panels for an Arrive at Site event that we're making called A Novel Decision. So we've done all of the prompts so far. I went back and just tweaked it a little bit to mostly to get the colors to look good in the evening. You can kind of go in and like compose and like select here, and that'll tint all these guys to this color, which will make them look nice and good in the evening light. So I've gotten through the prompt, and we're ready to do the choice panels and then head into the outcomes. So this is a bookish character is in choice one. We're going to say, sorry, copying some text over here from my script. Add box. So first, we're gonna also gonna just turn name tags off for the choice panels because you better know who this is already. But we're gonna add these little romance, stay friends, and rivalry. Maybe just romance and rivalry. Dubious joy. So over here, here's the romance option. That's my favorite author. Let's talk about her. Number 2 is the more neutral, support your friend, but stay kind of non-committal option. So that will be heard these are pretty good. Maybe I'm gonna go one of these days. I think for this panel, I think I'm gonna keep the book around. Book, copy, dupe, paste, pick the book, move here, keep her kind of interested, but still actually trying to read her book. Oh, it's a little bit tricky here. Just get the scaling just right. I think that's good enough. Yeah, we'll put another box in there. We'll just make it real explicit. Stay friends. Stay friends? Yeah. I'll put that in the corner. Tell it shrink to fit. Yeah, move just out a bit. There we go. Stay friends. Option 3. I don't like your book, and you're a bad person also. Probably dubious face. And put it in the corner, shrink to fit. Cool. So that's our choice panels. Pretty simple. Again, I'm not really doing personality variation for bookish because we know they're bookish. We chose that in the target. We could do variation based on their second highest personality stat, but I'll do a little bit of that in a minute here. Cool, so let's get to the first outcome. So this will be if you chose 1, which is the romance outcome. So my script for that says bookish puts down the book, and they're both going to gush over NPC 2. Boop, 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 boop. So I think for that, we don't really have a way to show visually her putting down the book, so we're just going to narrate that one. So I'll just have a panel of let's turn this to narration, and I'll say bookish puts down maybe I could do it like this. Yeah, so she's putting it down over there, and then she's going to talk about I'll make a new panel. Bookish friend. We'll make it 2/3. They're both talking. Shrink to fit. Shrink to fit. Look a little smaller. I'm going to set the focus on mid so that we can see the relative height a little bit more. For focus, face will put their face exactly where you tell it. Mid, foot will put their foot exactly where the anchor is, and mid is kind of in the middle. Foot is best for far away shots where you need people's feet to be grounded and you need their heights to be consistent with their actual heights. Face is better for close-ups. The default is face. I think for this, we're going to go mid. All right, bookish says, have you read? I need to think of a good title. Oh yeah, it's going to be Dragons related. Something about Time of Dragons. So I want to get to a point where they're talking about where like one of them makes an allusion to a romance in the in one of the books that like parallels their own personalities, and then they will sort of look at each other and fall in love or realize that that's what they're trying to do. But I think as a step on the way to that, we'll have them talking for a little while in narration. Basically 2/5. Yeah. We'll show them getting a little bit closer together. Get rid of this narration, and we'll have them looking right at each other, and then friend will say, really liked he's making his move. All right, so then and Bookish is going to reply. So now I want to do a personality split where Bookish talks about one of the romances in the book, and they're going to it's going to coincidentally line up perfectly to Bookish and Friend. Between the, so here we will do the, I'm going to set up a personality split on Bookish's second highest personality trait, which I'll do that in the Scholar, and then I'll set one up on Friend. Friend.personality. And then Friend class. let's see, what would be in the book? A mercenary, ranger, wizard. Wizard, witch, warlock. So scholarly. Cowardly. The on the run, fugitive, goofball, the clowning, the witch, it's a peacemaker or a healer, an adjective. The heartbroken, heart bleeding, empathic. The hothead. We'll just play this one on the nose. Hot-headed. Leader. The bold. No, we could probably do better than bold. The heroic. Loner. The lonely. The poet. The mad. The dreaming, romantic, the flirtatious, flirty, the snark, the smart, sharp, sharp-tongued. All right, space between the scholar and the fugitive ranger. And we'll go back and put another personality split for the scholar. Here we'll go bookish, dot. So we know they're not. We know their highest stat is bookish because that's what we targeted for. So we will say coward, hothead. I always forget all the stats. I'm gonna go look them up. Gotta find these guys. Yeah. I'm just kind of looking on the wiki to get a list of the stats in alphabetical order, which I like to do. Okay, here we go. Hothead. Coward. Oh yeah, goofball. Sorry. Coward, goofball. Greedy. Healer. Hothead. Leader. Loner. Poet. Romantic. Snark. Colon. Between the something scholar. Okay, coward. Between the. All right, so she's describing herself now, so she feels free to use a more self-deprecating word. Cowardly. between the goof, the jokester, let's just say greedy, healer, the bleeding heart, hothead, the angry, vengeful, leader, the humble, no, the bossy, loner, the aloof, the poet, the tongue-tied, romantic, the hopeless, snark, the wise cracking, especially between the vengeful scholar and the fugitive ranger. And then we're going to have I'm just going to duplicate this panel, but with no text. And we're just going to have them like kind of smile or like surprised face. Or no, wait. You're going to be you're bookish and surprised by this because she did not see it coming. And then we'll do one more panel. They're going to be the same distance apart. They're going to be looking at each other and smiling. Oh, dangerously close to each other. And then we're going to add volunteer. Kind of way in the background. Ugh. Kind of maybe using dead face, which is a little silly, but there's got to be a time for it somewhere, and I think this is the time for it. We'll put some little emoji in. I think they're called emotes. Bonk. And then we'll put a little heart in this panel, because that's the kind of guy I am. And then we'll put another like squiggle over here just to really emphasize how much Volunteer did not want this to happen. Because black. Cool. So yeah, we got some personality splits in. We've got a lovely romance developing here. That's looking good. Let's move on to the second outcome, which is the friendship. This one I think can be really pretty simple. This is more like, so if you get this, it's because the player chose not to create a romance or a rivalry, so there's not a lot to say. You just want, okay, it was the last panel. Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to give them a go one of these days. And then friend, let's just delete this panel, so value. Oh, did that work? I'm not sure that worked right. Okay, well, let's add a panel. Let's compose this panel. We will get rid of bookish, and we're going to add friend. They will be happy because bookish backed them up, didn't turn on them. And they're just going to say, and we're going to do I think what I want to do is I want to do a thing where the middle panel comes in first and then this panel comes in. I'm going to make the panels come out of order. So you do that with overriding the animation object here. So you hit new on animation. So override panel order. We'll make this one 1, and we'll make this one 2. So now this one will come in first, and then that one will come in. And this one is going to be bookish speaking. But they're still going to be reading their book. They don't really care that much. So we'll copy the book from here. And then the last panel will just be volunteer. He's got dinner ready. And that's it for outcome 2. And then we'll have outcome 3, which creates a rivalry. So this will be more fun. let me see. I want to basically copy this panel, which I can just click that copy button over here, come down here, click paste. We'll make angry. So friend is going to be angry that Bookish is turned on them. They're going to say, also, gosh, I'm just going to delete these texts. Friend is going to say, I thought you'd be happy. And then Bookish will reply, not reading. And then I think we'll do one more panel. We'll get rid of this text. We'll add in volunteer, and friend is also speaking. And we're going to do focus foot, make them smaller. Oh gosh, reset the scale, make them smaller. Yeah, about like that. Friend says, oh, I'm prepared for battle, all right, and we'll pull out their weapons. Dubious. Rage. closer. I want Bookish to be holding a book in this panel. So I'll put it in there, equipment by ID, book. Oh, that's not it. Well, I'm not sure which book it is. We'll poke around, we'll find it. Gold brown? That'll maybe. Let's try a couple more. Gold brown looked the closest. What else am I going to say? I've lost my place. All right, so that's pretty simple. They start a rivalry, and that's it. If you guys have any questions about how to use Comic Editor, Bug, Douglas, or Annie. All right, thanks. Bye.